So I'm delighted to be here with the great practitioner Roisin Golding. We're going to be talking about a course that she's running this year, a 6-weekend course entitled Time and Space in Traditional Acupuncture, a course in Huang Daoist acupuncture, really going into a lot of the aspects of time and cycles and qi and Daoism, relating to practice of acupuncture. I've been wanting Roisin to do this course for many years. I've really wanted to learn this material ever since I got her book and worked my way through it. And she's decided to do it this year, which is really exciting. I just wanted to say one of the things that really brought me to this is those kind of anxieties you have as an acupuncturist, where you treat patients and you're really not always sure about the state of the patient's qi and why you treat sometimes at some points of the year or points of the day and you get results and sometimes not. This is what really attracted me to a lot of this material. I think it has a lot of answers, but how do you relate to those kind of common anxieties that us acupuncturists have, Roisin?
Well, Alex, first of all, thank you very much for your introduction, and thank you for persuading me to do this course. I'm actually very happy to be doing it. Those anxieties you mentioned, absolutely, I've experienced those. But the question also, when you're asking about where the person is at, and you're really talking about kind of their constitution, and I like to think of it as working with the Tao of the person and working with the Tao of now, this moment, because we've got two different things going on, that person's own energies, and we all know that people have their own proclivities, their own, certain things they fall back into, certain illnesses, and also absolutely there are specific times where energy is rising or energy is, it's just so subtle, these different movements of energy. And when we're really looking at that, what we're talking about with time is really understanding the interaction between heaven and earth. People talk a lot about heaven, earth, man, but time is the very first presentation of that interaction between, pardon me, heaven and earth. That's where time comes from. In fact, both time and space come from that movement, the apparent movement of the heavens around the earth, because of course, we're not staying still here on this planet. This planet is hurtling through space at a dizzying speed, spinning. I hardly like to think about it.
Yeah, this is something that I really love about your work, Roisin, is that you think really deeply about these concepts. And one of the things that doesn't get taught a lot on acupuncture courses is really how to think deeply about time, but then how to take it into practicalities and clinical results. And the Chinese did really talk about these things in a lot of detail. It's there in the classics, which I think you're going to be really referring to a lot. The day-night cycle, the annual cycles, the 24 solar terms, the lunar cycle, the life cycle, stems, branches, their interaction of heaven and earth, and the different properties, different years and throughout the year. It's all quite overwhelming, it seems. However, you spent a lifetime figuring this out, and I think making it quite simple and practical and clinical, but also embracing the fact that time is a bit complex, so that we can actually, it can help us be quite specific. That's what
I actually think, even though it appears to be a very complex system, when we learn it step by step and really get to understand it, and every single day of the course, we will understand how to apply that in a practical way. There's a good gap between each weekend. We can go off and practice what we learn and come back and discuss that and then build on it. And in the end, actually, when we really get to understand these core concepts, because these concepts are what acupuncture theory is built up upon, these Huang Lao concepts, Lao being Daoism and Huang being the Yellow Emperor, who was in charge of the heavens and in fact in charge of this movement around the heavens, which he led, the Yellow Emperor led through the climates, the directions, the seasons, the 5 elements, and he was in charge of the calendar, in fact. So in any case, so what we learn when we understand that system, it's like suddenly things become very clear. Our whole intent, we become very clear about it when we're putting in a needle. And this idea of intention with treatment, to be super clear and know exactly what we want from those points, exactly, you know, what depth of needling, where the chi is resting at a particular period in time, how to achieve that. And also understand have a really clear intention and understand how those points really work in harmony with each other, because at different times, certain points or not even certain points, certain elements, I should say, and certain meridians are in a really good harmonious relationship with each other. And we really want to do that with our treatments. Oftentimes throughout the Neijing, they use, instead of talking about elements, they use the notes. And I really love that, because it's really about creating harmony between points and between elements and between meridians, so that it's not a cacophony. We don't just do random points because they've got certain functions. There's actually a harmonious way of playing that instrument, as it were. And so that's what I'll be teaching in the course. And then
absolutely. You know, just putting us all into practice so that we can actually get the best out of the knowledge that we already have, actually. So this is not replacing that knowledge, it's actually enhancing the knowledge you already have. And so we're really happy to say that Roisin is actually going to be doing a free talk, which will be useful in and of itself, but it'll also give you a flavor of the course. This talk is going to be on February the 8th at Pax Lodge in Hampstead. All the details are below. There's a link to sign up. It's, as I say, it's free. You can come along in person, but it's also going to be live streamed online and be available as a video afterwards. So you'll be able to access it. But the way to get access to it is to sign up to the link below. And we'd love to have you along. If you can come in person, that's going to be great, because you'll get to meet Roisin, and she'll also be signing books and selling them at a discount at the event. So we'd love to see you there. But please take a look at the both the links of the free talk and the link to the full course, and you can see the full syllabus there. You know, we'd love you to see you actually sign up to the full course. So I hope to see you there.